How's it going, guys? Your boy, Lieutenant Dan, back with another Falcons film breakdown. I know I'm a little late on this, but it's been a hectic few weeks with Hurricane Irma coming through and all kinds of other things going on in the city of Orlando, especially with the state of Florida. I got sick and all kinds of stuff. But okay, that's all out of the way. Let's go ahead and break down some Falcons film. And today we're going to key in on our boy Brooks Reed. I know he's a little blurry in there, but we're going to key in on him. And I like to talk a little bit before we get into the plays about the evolution of Brooks Reed from an outside linebacker in Houston to a full-time defensive end and defensive end threat in Atlanta. Dan Quinn, when he got his hands on Brooks Reed, looked at this guy and said, you know what, you can be versatile. And that's what a lot of Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn's selections and process of elimination to make this team into what it is have been about. It's really all about selecting guys that can be versatile. Not Mike Smith, like you can play two different positions just because you have the technique to, but also the athletic ability to be able to play two different positions. So with Brooks Reed, it was great to have him go from outside linebacker, he's a heavier outside linebacker, and start playing as a defensive end. Now, I know a lot of people will come out and be, Corey Bierman, it's just a clone of Corey Bierman, and that's not true at all. There are plenty of times where I saw Corey Bierman go out and play as a defensive end and get pushed around by fullbacks, by running backs, by wide receivers, and tight ends, whereas Brooks Reed is a completely different story. Now, it's taken a little time for Brooks to come out and actually show himself, but I like what I see in Brooks Reed, and here's what really excites me. And I know that a lot of people will say, well, this was just a blown play, but it's the awareness that Brooks Reed has. It's the intelligence to stay with the play and stay inside. This is a lot better view. This is why I love NFL All 22. It's the best. But Brooks Reed is going to come on the inside of this play, and his whole assignment for this play is to stick with the inside. And if the running back decides to go outside and then cut back inside and around, this is his edge to take. What he sees, though, is that Mike Glennon is looking for this route right here. It's an underneath route. It's going to go out to the outside. And this tight end, I think, is going to run a route up here and down this open area. Now, I think Keanu Neal is going to follow. I haven't watched this play too many times. But what you see is Brooks Reed's patience on this play allows him to understand where the play is going. The entire team goes to one side. Devondre Campbell, I'm going to do a video on you later. Devondre Campbell sets the edge here. And now Brooks gets to watch this play develop and make an attack on Mike Glennon. See, Glennon wants to get this ball out to 14. He wants to so bad. But with pressure in his face, he can't do that. So good on Brooks Reed to be able to snuff out that play and kind of visualize where everything's going to go. I mean, right here, he knows this is where I need to get from point A to point B and hit Mike Glennon, or at least disrupt the play by throwing my hands up. And he does just that by throwing his hands up, make Mike Glennon hesitate, and then go in there and get a sack. And now, one more thing. Brooks Reed, I don't want this video to be too long, but Brooks Reed's speed is also, or quickness, excuse me, is deceiving. It's very deceiving, especially in short space. But when he's told to run, he can get there. So, good on him, and first sack of the year for Brooks. Now let's watch Brooks Reed on a run blocking play, and this is very, very important, and I hope Tack McKinley is taking some notes while this kind of stuff is going on. But Brooks Reed is going to set the edge here and then reverse back inside. It's all about causing a running back to change his direction. That's what I like the most about Brooks Reed and his ability to set the edge. As a player, I just like Brooks Reed going from an outside linebacker to defensive end and being able to do something like this, set the edge, turn back around, and get back into the play again. It's great that he doesn't over-pursue on this play, go too far to the outside. See right here, he is turning his head to look to see where the running back is. He gets pushed out a little bit more, but he keeps his balance and stays where he needs to be. The running back is now trying to cut back into the lane because he was asked to go outside and that was blown up. And so now turning back inside, Brooks can go see where the running back is and go make a tackle. Good job by Brooks Reed. Eerie similar play here where we have Brooks Reed on the opposite side now, and we need him to set the edge once again. And like I said before, Brooks Reed as an edge setter is great. Blocking running backs from going outside and forcing them back inside, or blocking running backs from going inside and forcing them out into safeties or corners that can make a tackle for loss. Here we have running back, and look, the Bears ran two types of running plays. They ran power run and they ran gap running plays. So here is the gap that they want the running back to go through. Falcons had to play 60% base defense against the Bears because the Bears, all they wanted to do was run the damn ball. So both gaps have been blocked now. So now the running back has to check outside into the next gap. Well, unfortunately for that, Brooks Reed is just like, I'm making this play. It doesn't matter. I'm going to jump myself out and try to make a play, and he does. That's what happens when you position yourself properly, because then you're not pushed too far inside, you're not pushed too far outside, where Brooks Reed can manage a play. And that's really, really good on his part, and good coaching by Dan Quinn, teaching these guys how to keep yourself inside. He got held a little bit there, but keep yourself just inside and then be able to bounce back outside and make a tackle. Good job. Good job. Now, I want to start at the very beginning of this play, and I know that's it's weird, but watch what Brooks Reed, and I believe it's Ricardo Allen, comes over and talks to Brooks Reed and tells him, hey, no, we need you to stay. And Brooks kind of waves him off and goes, I know what I'm doing. And this is also the transition and ability for Brooks Reed to transition from an outside linebacker to defensive end, because he has that versatility and skill set. He has the athletic ability to do that. And he's a very interesting player type. See, first he comes out as a defensive end and trying to stand up. Then Ricardo Allen comes back and says, hey, you need to go back inside. He goes, no, watch what I'm going to do on this play. His whole thing is to come in here and block up this area. And if Tariq Cohen decides that he wants to run down this gap, if he wants to run down this side, that he has two extra blockers with him. The only thing is that this wide receiver thinks that he's hot stuff, and don't block Brooks Reed with a wide receiver, okay, unless you're Julio Jones. Because what's going to happen is this wide receiver is going to get bullied. And Brooks Reed, like I said, setting the edge, showing a wide receiver that you can't block me, and forcing Tariq Cohen back out to the outside and making a play. It's very, very good. Now let's look at it from the other angle really quick. Brooks Reed, on the left-hand side of your screen, he's going to step out. He's going to play more of a, I wouldn't say zone, but he's going to be spying this running back. Tariq Cohen goes out to the outside, but Brooks has already set the gap and where the running back wanted to go and blew up the blocker. So now it's forcing Tariq Cohen back out to the outside, and he short tackler makes a play. Duke Riley, please watch Brooks Reed more often so that you know proper tackling technique. Because as small as a guy this is, he still does make the tackle, Brooks Reed does, in a proper place, because Tariq Cohen's like, what, 5'7" or something like that. And Brooks Reed comes in and still gets under the shoulder pads, which is good. That's really, really good play by Brooks Reed. Let's show it one more time. Love it. Last play, and everybody knows about this play. It ended the Bears game and gave the Falcons their first victory. But Brooks Reed down on the left-hand side of your screen, Keanu Neal kind of telling him, hey, just make sure that you're in the proper place. Keanu Neal is going to be on this tight end. And what's going to happen here is, first of all, I have to throw out that Brooks Reed is a technical warrior. Doesn't have the greatest speed, doesn't have the greatest strength, but technical work by Brooks Reed allows him to get on the outside of this offensive tackle. Let's watch. And there's three moves that he uses here. First one's going to be a club. Second one is going to be throwing his arm underneath. Boom, right there. And then he's going to bend into the ball. Watch it again. Club bats the hands down. So what have we done here? We've dislodged the offensive tackle, and now he doesn't have a firm grip on us. One left hand on the shoulder pad of Brooks Reed, but the damage has already been done. So now look at this offensive tackle. He's out of place. He's leaning all the way to the inside, but he doesn't have look, his feet are out of place. He's leaning to the inside. He's squared up, actually, so that's not good for him. He's not moving his feet. Now throw the arm up underneath. So now both arms of the offensive tackle are on one arm of Brooks Reed. So that means that now Brooks can dip his shoulder and go inside. This is also great help by Derek Shelby, who runs inside and causes Mike Glennon to have less time. See, he's already flinching. He's like, ah, damn it. But the speed rush is coming from the other side of the ball. Clean up this play. Brooks Reed, 2 sacks during this game for the Atlanta Falcons. And one was more of a busted play, sack. Still loved it. It showed Brooks Reed's versatility and awareness of a play. And this one showed the technical savvy of Brooks Reed, doing 3 different moves and getting to the quarterback. Man, I love covering defensive tackles and defensive ends when they do this kind of stuff. Just bat the hands out of the way, cause an offensive tackle to square up, basically push themselves out of a play, and then come and get that sack. Way to go, Brooks.